Hey YouTube, it's Morgan, aka the Mountaineer, sitting outside the house on a nice cold, rainy, maybe slightly snowy day. I know parts farther north got hammered with snow, and I think it snowed some, early this morning, but it's like 36, 37 degrees. It rained all day yesterday and all night, I think, or most of the night. So we don't have any actual snow laying down. But today I'm smoking the first blend that I ever blended. Here in a few days, it'll be 2.5 years since I blended it. Have no idea how old the component tobaccos were, but all C and D component tobaccos, 30% Latakia, 50% Bright Virginia, 10% Izmir Turkish, and 10% chopped cigar leaf. And it's, for just kind of roughly throwing it together, it's actually a pretty tasty and fairly well balanced blend. You get the campfire from the Latakia, a little bit of extra earthiness from the cigar, just a hint of sweetness and spice from the Virginias and Turkish, just that extra little tang. It's burning fairly well now. When I first blended it, it was a little bit harder to maintain, but it's been months, I'd say the spring, since I last smoked it, and that jar was pretty much full when I started, so I think I've smoked almost half of it. Can't remember exactly, but I probably made about 4 ounces. But it's surprising me today. It's really good. It's the burning characteristics and the flavor have improved since I last smoked it. And I'm smoking it in a Bones Churchwarden. It's a St. Patrick's Day 2019 pipe. I was downstairs looking for tobacco to smoke and a pipe to smoke it in, and that jar caught my eye, and then this pipe caught my eye. Actually, I saw another Churchwarden, and I thought, hey, where's that other one? That Bones one. And saw it and thought, hey, St. Patrick's Day, that's the 17th. Today's the 17th, so I'm either 9 months after or 3 months before St. Patrick's Day, so that's fitting. I did mess up, though, because with all the stuff that I bring out to smoke a pipe and shoot a video and then entertain myself when I'm not shooting a video, I didn't bring pipe cleaners, let alone Churchwarden pipe cleaners out, so that'll probably end up biting me. In fact, as I say that, I think I'm noticing the first bit of gurgle. Yep. So I'm watching a squirrel across the road. So I went Tuesday. I don't know if you caught that hiking pipe video, but decided to have a little bit extra, or a little bit different format. Go with no chat, no talking at all. Just hiking, views, making coffee, packing and smoking a pipe, eating a couple cookies. Didn't deal with a microphone, which was awesome. did a couple, where I set the camera up and then hit record and walk back and walk past the camera without looking at it, trying to look at it, and then walking, setting the camera up, looking up the trail, and then walking, and that was kind of interesting. But it was 25 degrees to start with. Excuse me. 37 when I got back to the car, and I took my dear sweet time. I think it was about 3.5 hours that I was, from leaving the car to getting back to it. But it was sunny. I was watching the sun come up over the ridge as I was climbing the mountain. It was rough. My pace was way slower than normal. And going up that hill, I guess the cold air was just really hitting my lungs hard. So I was taking a lot of breathers on the way up. And going down wasn't bad. It's a lot longer, so it's a lot more gradual. But it was a really fun time. And it was beautiful out. I think the last time I had been on that trail was 3 months before. I think it was the 15th of September. Can really feel that tang. Notice the Turkish on the retro hill. But when I went on that trail last time, all the leaves were still on. And I think it was a whole lot more beautiful. With the leaves off, you could see a lot better. You could see the view more. You could actually see the rock outcropping a whole lot better. But that was a good time. But I'll show you something I did. This chair has this mesh backing. This is kind of padded a little bit, but it's all mesh through there, so it's cold. So I took this Aldi freezer bag, ripped off the two handles and like closure pieces off the top, folded it up, shoved it in my bag, and then sat it on my chair when I was hiking. And I think that did the trick. I had this down jacket, and I put it on the back of the chair in case I needed it. And I think between that, keeping my butt warm, and it warming up in general, and then the sun coming out and shining on me, I felt pretty good that whole session of sitting down and smoking and drinking coffee. Have a female cardinal right there at the corner of the house. Oh, there goes a male cardinal. Have a little sparrow in our dogwood. I've had a few packages I've been expecting. And I'll show you first the one thing that's come in on time. I got my winnings from Beans' Christmas contest. Got the pipe here. Beautiful pipe. A lot bigger than I expected for some reason. Very big bowl. So it's beautiful. Right on the cusp of maybe not being a great clincher. But I clinch almost anything anyway. But that and the t-shirt came in yesterday on time. He sent me the tracking through Instagram. As I mentioned, it was raining all day yesterday. And we basically had yesterday and possibly today chance to get Christmas pictures. Our friend's a pretty good photographer. She's going to be out of town to celebrate Christmas with some of her family this weekend. So she came over and we were brainstorming where to go to get pictures that would be undercover. And got a couple ideas. Excuse me. Got a couple ideas, and there's a historic house with a big porch. I've never been there. I guess my wife has been to some events there. So we went there and got the pictures, and they were pretty good. And then there was also kind of like a log cabin type thing with just a little bit of an overhang over some steps. We got a couple pictures there too. I'm starting to get cold. I'm wearing an old comfy like relaxation type sweatshirt, this down jacket, and then I have sweatpants and long underwear on, and then just some like suede or fake suede Crocs, which normally my feet keep really warm in, even without socks, and my ankles are kind of showing. They're getting cold right now. But I brought this bad boy out. Portable campfire, baby. It's funny. The whole wax and cardboard part is loose because it's shrunk up from this cool. One of my goals today is to film the making of a portable campfire. I'm going to set this kind of over that way and light it. Keep the lid real close so that if necessary, I can snuff it real quick. When I made this one and refilled my little one, I filmed some of that, and I was waiting to kind of film a little intro clip, and hadn't done that, and now I have done it. So we'll see how that takes off here. Whenever I made this, I test fired it. Didn't even get all the cardboard on top charred. It's working so far. I can feel it. So this is kind of a female cardinal. This whole portable campfire thing has been really fun. It's been kind of a neat experiment to this is the second one I've made, and I took ideas from the first one and put it on here. I haven't really burnt this much and tried to test it out. This is really the first test of it like that. And then, I have this idea to use less cardboard surface area for burning and see how that goes. I don't know if that's causing some shimmering or not. Mirage action. The smoke is getting you. I think it was last week, I was filming a VR, I think for Paladin. And I saw a red-tailed hawk swoop past. And a little bit later, I saw it land over there. And I was like, I think, I couldn't tell for sure. I was like, man, I think that was that hawk. So I watched and watched. And ended up filming a lot of it, at 6 power magnification on my phone. It's like two power optical and the rest is digital, so not that great. But I watched. I went down the stairs and down along the driveway and set the camera or my phone up there and filmed. But sure enough, it was a hawk. I guess it had gotten, I'm guessing a bird, because it looked like feathers flying. But it made a pile of white stuff around it, and I could see it moving and kind of tearing. And and then at one point it flew up and made a little loop all on camera, and you could really see it. Again, not the highest quality, but that was pretty neat. And at one point, I caught it on camera. There was a squirrel probably not 15 feet away from it, climbing up and down a skinny little tree, and I thought, man, you are one either brave or dumb little squirrel. But I'm seeing a squirrel right up in that area right now where that hawk was. It looks like he's about a foot away from that tree where that other squirrel was in. It could be the same one. Well, guys, I've rambled on way too long, as usual. Still have a good bit of tobacco in here and a fair amount of coffee in my thermos, so I'm going to hang out here. But I am going to sign off. Be careful out there, guys. Winter weather seems to be starting to kick in. Guys, thanks for tuning in.